Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to our second episode of Total Running Time. I'm your host, Matt Jarbo. Of course, I also run Two Buck Theater on Facebook, which by now, if you don't know about it, you should definitely check it out. Links are going to be abound. But if you want to hear it audibly, it is facebook.com/2bucktheater. Not theater, but theater. You know, not the ER ending, not the RE correct ending, because I don't think most people would actually get that. Anyway, so welcome back to our second episode. I hope you all liked our True Grit review on Monday. This time we're doing something a little bit different. We're going to go back in time by almost 3.5 years to a little film called SUPERBAD, which came out August 17th, 2007. It was directed by Greg Mottola, who is going to be moving on to direct Paul, a new movie with Simon Pegg and Nick Frost and Seth Rogen, coming out in, I think, February. And, yeah, so the movie was shot, for $20 million, and it grossed about $170 million worldwide, which is great, for a little film like that. It was one of the very first Judd Apatow films to really blow up. That's why, like, in 2008, you saw Apatow everywhere, was because I think Superbad and also Funny People did very well. I'm sorry, Knocked Up, not Funny People. Funny People wasn't a good movie, but Knocked Up was a good movie, and that sparked Apatow's reign for a while. And so, yeah, there's that. And the film was written by Evan Goldberg and Seth Rogen. They based the movie off of themselves at that age. They really wanted to. When they were 13, they sat down and they were like, you know what, man? We can write a movie. We can totally write a movie. Let's write a movie. And so they wrote this story based around themselves. So that's why Jonah Hill is Seth Rogen's character, and Michael Cera is Evan Goldberg's character. So they modeled these guys after themselves, and that's why if you go back and you read a lot of the dialogue in the movie, or you listen to the dialogue, there's a Zach Morris reference, which kids today are going to be like, who the hell's Zach Morris, right? And if you don't know who Zach Morris is, then you need to go and watch Saved by the Bell, okay? Because he was the preppy, all right? He was the kid. He was like the Fonzie of the late 80s, early 90s. And yes, I said it, okay, so deal with it. But he kind of was. Kids wanted to be Zach Morris. Kids wanted to be that smooth-talking, fast-thinking, pretty boy who dated the hottest girl in town and was loved by everyone. He was like the live-action Bart Simpson, but older, and was taught by Haley Mills in the first season. But I'm getting off topic here, and I am sorry for that. Okay, so let's get into it here, because this is we'll make this one pretty fun. All right, so here's the plot of Superbad, and I'm going to start it off with a little bit of something like this. I don't even know if that's a theme song. I was just trying there. It was my ringtone for a while, but okay, again, I ramble. Okay, so it is 2 weeks before the end of high school. Evan and Seth are longtime friends, and they're in their senior year, and they're about to leave for different colleges. Their mutual friend, Fogel, has plans to acquire fake ID, so Seth agrees to buy alcohol for a party that his crush, Jules, is hosting. Evan also offers to buy Gold Slick vodka for his longtime crush, Becca. And there is some tension between Seth and Evan because Evan and Fogel will both be going to Dartmouth while Seth is going to a state college. While purchasing alcohol, Fogel is assaulted by a hooded robber, and the police soon arrive. The two officers, Michaels and Slater, appear to be fooled by Fogel's fake ID, which has a single name, McLovin, as his identity, and offer to give Fogel a lift to the party. On the way, however, they make numerous stops and display many instances of inappropriate uses of police power, including stealing beers, drinking on the job, unnecessary use of police lights, and improper use of their firearms. While the police officers are talking to Fogel at the liquor store, Evan and Seth make the assumption that Fogel has been arrested. Seth is suddenly hit by a car, but seems uninjured. To avoid being reported, the driver, Francis, agrees to take them to a party where they reason they can steal the alcohol they need. However, Francis is not welcome at the party and is subsequently assaulted by the host. Seth and Evan are forced to leave, but not before smuggling their beer out in laundry detergent bottles. Once a safe distance, the two stop to catch their breath, and Seth tells Evan that he bailed on him. Evan defends himself by saying the whole thing was Seth's idea. Seth retorts by saying that not only did Evan bail on him at the party, but also earlier that morning when a bully spat on Seth, and will again be bailing on him when he goes to Dartmouth that fall. Evan then angrily confesses that he feels Seth has been holding him back for the last 3 years, and that while he could have been out making friends or chasing girls, he sat around talking bullshit. The two of them then get in a shoving match. During the fight, Seth is again hit by a car. This time the police cruiser occupied by Slater, Michaels, and Fogel. Officer Slater prepares to arrest the teens, but Evan runs off and the two officers chase him while the reunited Seth and Fogel make off with the rest of the alcohol. The trio eventually make it to a party. At the party, a drunken Becca offers to give Evan a blowjob in a secluded upstairs room, but Evan declines with the excuse that she is too drunk and heavily intoxicated. Oh, sorry. At the party, a drunken Becca offers to give Evan a blowy, or best blowjay ever, in a secluded upstairs room, but Evan declines with the excuse that she is too drunk, and a heavily intoxicated Becca ends up vomiting on the bed comforter. Drunken Seth tries to kiss Jules, who explains that she does not drink and does not want to do anything while he is intoxicated. Seth attempts to express his feelings for Jules, but passes out from the alcohol and accidentally headbutts her, giving her a black eye. Fogel successfully seduces Nicola and gets her into bed, only to have Officer Slater and Michaels break up the party after only a few seconds of sex. Officer Slater and Michaels reveal to Fogel that they were aware of his fake ID all along and decided to ignore it since they saw a bit of themselves as teenagers in Fogel. Fogel, in turn, asks them a favor for their intrusion upon his lovemaking. The officers pretend to haul him off from jail in front of the entire party to boost his popularity. In return, Fogel signs an affidavit to a concocted story to explain the condition of the wrecked police car, which they proceeded to have fun destroying. Meanwhile, Evan, having passed out from his intoxication, is carried off by Seth to avoid arrest from the police officers who have spent the remainder of the night searching for them. At Evan's house, Seth reveals his brotherly love for Evan, who then reveals the feelings are mutual. The following morning, Evan and Seth run into Becca and Jules at the mall. After an awkward conversation about the mistakes of the previous night, Seth takes Jules to get cover-up for her eye, while Evan and Becca go off and look for some comforters. And that's the film. And you know, it's very funny. It's very fast-paced. It's got great dialogue. I mean, Jonah Hill and Michael Cera really played well off each other. And it was a lot of fun. Emma Stone was great. You know, she's gone on to do like Easy A, and then she's going to be in Mark Webb's Spider-Man, and of course, you know, Seth Rogen is awesome, and then Bill Hader's one of my new favorite actors. The guy just cracks me up regardless. And of course, I mean, let's not forget about, you know, Christopher Mintz-Plasse. This was his first movie, and he was 17 when they made it. So you know that sex scene, right, where he's like grinding up on that really large four-headed redhead girl. Seriously, go back and look. She's got a huge forehead, but not the point. His mom, because he was under the age of 17, his mom had to be there. Sorry, he was under the age of 18, so his mom had to be on set with him, right? So could you just imagine, like, Greg Mottola going, like, okay, so Chris, I want you to, you know, like, I want you to look like you're just, just look like you're going to go get her, okay? Just, like, you're just in the throes of passion, and, you know, you're losing your virginity, and you just want it, you know? And then he's like, yeah, okay, cool. And he looks over, and there's his mom going, like, hey, Snuggle Pumpkins, I'm so proud of you. You know, I mean, try getting into the moment when your mom is basically watching you watch your, you know, she's watching you lose your on-screen virginity. So, go figure on that. But the movie has a lot of really great one-liners, and one of my favorite things is the Seth Rogen line, prepare to be fucked by the long dick of the law. That's great. And then it has a good soundtrack, has really great characters, and it's one you can watch multiple times. So I really recommend it if you haven't seen it. And if you haven't seen it by now, 3.5 years later, then get off your ass, go down, rent it from Netflix, or rent it from Blockbuster, or rent it somewhere and check it out. Or buy it. I think it's like $9 at Walmart, so go check it out. And for that is the end of this week's Total Running Time podcast from Two Buck Theater, and I will see you guys on Monday. All right. Keep in mind that this episode is brought to you in part by ScriptsNotes.com. So if you want to shoot a movie, don't got a script, check out Scripts Notes. Some great low budget screenplays can be shot in over a weekend. They're pretty fast. They're pretty fun, and they're inexpensive. So check that out. Also, Monsters vs. Monsters, which is a new card game for kids, which is the low cost alternative to high cost entertainment, and it's a great game. Seriously, I play it with my brother and sister a lot, and you just get into it. Check it out. MonstersVSMonsters.com. Okay, guys, we'll see you next time on Total Running Time. Bye.